play that the whole show. I'll be all right.
For real, for real.
Hey, what's going on, my glamorous girls?
Oh, good.
What's going on?
Good evening.
Hi, you guys, all pink and black.
I know we color coordinated and things.
All right, all right.
All right, all right, all right, all right.
Yeah.
No problem. Wow.
Yeah, what's going on, ladies? How's your day going? We're back here once again. A whole week is, flown by, and here we are.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, we are.
Unbelievable.
Ooh.
Did we do this yesterday? It just felt like it was yesterday.
I know. It's so much going on and so many things happening. It seems like we're just fleeting by. It's just going by. Days are just happening.
Friday, I just, I could not believe it was Friday.
Yeah. So
It's
it's
Friday.
a lot happening, and we are living it. We're seeing it. We're witnessing it. We're in the middle of it, and we're surviving it still. Thank God He allowed us to see another day, another Saturday, and I'm grateful. What about you guys? It's another great God day.
It's a great God day.
Great God day.
Another great God day. So hello, everybody. Come on in, chime in. Just be with us today. Come on and talk to us. Engage. Let's just engage and enlighten what we need to talk about today. We love you all. Hi, Marion. It is
Hey, Marion.
beautiful sister. Yes, you see that we are really here, and it's a reason why we're flaunting these scarves today.
Yes.
More than one reason, but today we're continuing to recognize and honor a sister who we know is an angel. She's our ancestor, and she's continued to be in the midst of us in her spirit, and just being her presence of her spirit and who she is it's going to be everlasting. So this, I feel today, we're going to continue to honor and recognize our Dr. Renee Starling Allen. I mean, this is war, actually. All the sisters, we did purchase these scarves, lovely scarves, and we wore them in memory of her today. And we kind of definitely had a day of remembering her on 2 Saturdays ago with our scarves. So here it is.
I can't believe it's been 2 weeks already.
It's
2 weeks. 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
And we're going to be talking about it's going to be 2 months, and it's going to be a year. I mean, this is how time is moving.
That's how fast it's going to be, yes.
And I just believe that we have to do things, guys, to keep ourselves moving in a pace that keeps us, again, connected. This is a part of it.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And anything else that we can do to be connected, stay connected, ladies, that I think, Charlene, we got to figure it out, because the way the world is taking us, we have to find out how we want to root and groove.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And we got to do that by continuing to read. They're taking Black history out of the public schools, and they're adding other histories and other things that I feel like are unnecessary, but I won't go on my political, mic there, but yeah, very.
Hey, it is political.
Yeah, so but I do believe we need to keep our children reading, but we need to continue to read, and we should be, because we're going to be the ancestors one day. But right now, while we're here, regardless if you have a child or not, if you have one child, if you have no children, you should be that person in the village telling your child, someone else's child, about history, and that is Black history. You should be sharing with them how we made it during times like today, because today it seems like there is no end, like we're all going to fail, like there is going to be a war, there is going to be a civil war in the 21st century. There may be a civil war in the 21st century, and that is just as real as it can get when you are having a takeover in the White House, in the government, and no one understands it. And let me be quite clear, some of the Republicans do not even understand it either.
They don't understand it either.
They are sitting there
and they're afraid. They are afraid.
Well, not only are they afraid, they're just like, what?
Terrified.
If you can just watch their faces, you see that some are just like, I don't even know what I just got myself into.
Clue.
Right. They
have no clue. And so I'm praying for everybody this time. And that's what I'm saying there could be possibly a civil war that people didn't anticipate. And that's why I have on this jacket, not only remembers of my sister Renee, because she liked pink, but this is the same jacket I voted in. I know who I voted for and what I voted for. And I can tell you one thing, that we need to hold that very near and dear to our hearts.
Yes.
Your votes matter. You educating other brothers and sisters matter. And if you don't do anything today but learn one piece of history, like me, I'm all about it, honey. All about it. Here, the U.S. Constitution, okay? It's important. And learn this lady, what she did when they were still lynching, Madam C.J. Walker. Learn about this wonderful guy, John Lewis, who took a beating for us, for standing up for us. This little young guy. Learn about these people, what schools they helped start, right?
Yes.
What foundations that are still in remembrance of it. And we have so many more. There you go. Remember.
Here's another
Dr.
one
Renee
right
Allen.
here.
Yeah, remember. Linda, do you have a book that you're reading right now that's next to your hand? Wyoming? Let's show them. What are we reading that we can go and share that information to our community?
Yep.
If you don't have it, you can call it out.
I got it. Oh, God.
Yeah, so we
I'm at the table right now.
Right. But we're going to do that. We're going to show.
Master P. We got Master P. He's
Yes.
He's trying to help our young kids. He's like, I'll work with y'all adults. I'm going to work with y'all young kids. Okay. Read books, guys. What about that one? Okay. This is a huge one right here. I keep books around me.
Wow. Let me see that, Charlene.
This is powerful. This is called The Heaven
and Earth Grocery Store. Yeah.
Wow.
James McBride. It is so powerful. It's like, oh my gosh.
Wow,
if you're into sociology, if you're into understanding
Don't get
what
me
it
started.
meant for us to go back into slavery or someone to be free and then now they're not free anymore because all of a sudden, okay, that's what I'm talking about.
Go ahead, Linda.
This is Dr. Claude Anderson. He predicted this. Dr. Claude Anderson. Okay. This is
do we know him?
Reader. Yes, we do.
Him.
Okay. If you don't have this in your library, I think you better hurry up and go and get it.
I heard that.
Okay.
I got one for him. I got one more. This is my last one. And this is right here. The best one of all. He wrote his own book, guys. Dr. Martin Luther King was way ahead of his time. If you haven't been to his museum in Georgia and been to his house, all these books are right there. And I made sure that my son knew this before he even turned 14 or whatever. Where do we go from here? He talked about this chaos or community. Chaos or community. You see that?
Yeah.
Wow. That's the first time I've seen that book, Charlene. I'm going to have to get that.
Yeah, there's a video. I wish we could pull it up, and I was probably sending it to Dante that he said in one of his speeches. If I pull it up, I would send it to Dante to show it. But I'm telling you, this is the kind of things we have to continue to do, guys. This is where we are. This is what's happening, Charlene. We got to do this because we are responsible. Our responsibility is our response to what we got to do to what's going on.
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah, I love politics, but the politicians of our time right now need to be more serious about making sure that we don't lose our history. And that is called Black history. I know there's other histories, but they're taking our history out of the school books, and it's important for us to educate. And I'm not a historian by no means, but I love history. I really believe that we have to be able to tell that story. And the bottom line is
we want our story to continue to be told. That's the bottom line. And we have to tell it. We have to tell it.
Yeah, Dr. Frazier, that's right, Mary. We are powerful people.
We are powerful. We are strong.
Dante, check your phone and your IG. I sent something that Dr. Martin Luther King's one of his speeches, and I want us to play it. If you can pull it up, let me know in the chat when you get it. Thank you.
That's so good. It's a good time to remember him and know that Martin Luther King is alive and well. And just pay attention to this, guys, because the guest that we're going to have today, Jim Coleman, is going to help. Feel this. Let's check this out. What you do right now matters. Yeah. What you did 10 years matter. What you start right now matters. What you started 20 years matter. And if you feel like it wasn't good enough, nobody was following me. They thought my voice sounded bad. Oh, they thought the idea was bad. But God kept making you do pieces of it over the years.
Tweaking it along the way.
Yeah, there you go. I'm telling you, you better pick that thing back up, because
pick it up.
It's going to be for your son, your daughter, your niece, your nephew. Somebody's going to hold your legacy. They're going to tell your story. So don't be afraid about how someone is perceiving you now. Like, you know, God rest our sister, Dr. Renee Starlin Allen. So, because she did just that. She lived her life out loud, and she lived it to say, you know what,
to the end.
You know, I'm going to die. So, but I'm not going to die empty. So I believe that she did not die empty. I really, truly know that.
I agree.
We just saw the video.
Agree. And she served the country.
She served the country.
She was
filled out
the world
with Marcella on the video. And I was like, oh my God, that's what I want. Like, that's what I want. Like, to know, I don't care what kind of pain I'm in. I don't care what's going on. I'm going to still do what I'm supposed to do. And I'm going to do it with a smile. That's the woman of God that we had, that was a part of our organization. And she lived that example, similar to Martin Luther King. I do not care if I got to go get beaten up, bloody head, John Lewis, you know. They almost murdered this guy, like literally.
They tried.
He got a worse beating than Martin Luther King, but he still kept going on. And that's what we have to do. We know that we have to die for whatever it is that we believe in. So we got examples, but it starts right here with our sisters. And also, just a shout out to our other beloved sister, Julie, as well.
Julie Rogers Johnson.
Yes.
I have her makeup on as we speak.
Yeah. She was also representing us for health, educating us. Guys, take care of your health. Here's the way to take care of your health. Here's the reason we do it for our Black health. Like, these women are so important. Happy Valentine's Day. We feel your love, feel your presence, and we're so thankful that you educated us on our health, on our community, on so many different aspects.
Yeah. Absolutely. And this is your day, Charlene. This is our education and mentoring day. Every third Saturday of the month, ladies and gentlemen, we are doing things to try to keep us educated, keep us having mentors around. We never stop learning.
That's right.
We're always going to be forever learning. But while we're on this platform, we want to be able to share and engage and enlighten and empower all of us, because we're in that moment now. That this is where we are. I thank God for this platform, Peggy, because you, with the vision that and you talk about 5 years later, 10 years, 20 years later, here we are 7 years later, and we started out, and here we are in the moment living what we've been talking about. And they say, hitherto back when we started.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
You see how God strategically.
And you see the growth that we've had over the years.
Yes.
It's amazing. I just love this platform.
Yeah. And I thank God that we're able to do it. And again, we want to be able to share things with everyone. Let us know what you want to hear, what you want us to talk about, how you want to be able to be expressive in this on this show, on this platform, because we're growing and we want to continue to grow. So this is again your day, Charlene. I know we want to start out wishing everybody happy Valentine's Day with the love that we shared.
Happy Valentine's Day. But we also want to say happy birthday to all of y'all as well.
Yeah, we got happy birthdays, happy Black History Month.
Happy Black History Month. Happy President's Day for all the old presidents.
Happy Black Love Week.
Yes.
Black Love Month. I'm gonna just go claim the whole month.
Very interesting. Oh yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
Wakanda forever.
We had our Super Bowl. We got to recognize the things that happened.
Oh my God. That was a Black History moment.
That is history in itself.
Yes.
Yes.
Woo! Attitude for that. Yes.
Let me tell you guys, this brother was counted out.
Oh yes.
He was counted out by his peers, by those in the sports arena. They didn't think he can do it. They didn't have faith in him. They said he wasn't the one to take them to the Super Bowl. He didn't have what it takes. He's this, he's that. And I'm telling you, the people who talked about him, here we go, 2 years ago, last year ago, took this team to the Super Bowl, guys. And I'm telling you, you cannot count people out when God got his hands on you.
Right.
You better say that again. And some sister or brother out there needs to hear that. Look,
do not listen to these naysayers, Because I'm telling you, God will make you out of a liar quick.
Yes, yes, yes.
That's so good. We're going to the Super Bowl.
He went to the Super
Yay.
Bowl and he shut him down. Woo! Thank you, Dante. And another brother that came with it is Kendrick Lamar.
Yes, yes, yes. They didn't understand, but we do.
Okay, I didn't even understand. I was watching. I was like, oh my God. I said the same thing most people said. I was like, this was whack. This is boring. What happened to? And then I started looking. I was like, wait a minute, do that again.
There was a message.
It was a message that I couldn't even get because I was too busy. I was
hey.
Yeah, I was like, Beyonce message, what are the message, Babyface? Like, I didn't see anything until I stopped and paused. It's like, oh.
Thank you, Dante.
Okay, that's America. Okay,
right.
that's oppression.
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
those are our backs.
Oh, they are our back. Like, I didn't get it. So for the people to say, oh, they got it. No,
couldn't hear, but I got it.
Yeah, only thing most people got is he was dissing Drake. That's what most people got. But the message was so much.
A whole message in that. A whole message that represented America and where we are and what's going on with us in that respect. I also want to, now we didn't have her picture, we can show it at some point in it, but I want to always acknowledge our sister Lettucey. She did a fantastic job.
Yes, she did.
Singing, lift every voice and sing. I wanted to make that known. Lettucey did a wonderful job singing that song. And it was about the history of our history. And if they didn't get it, you know what I'm saying, the whole time. John Baptiste, he's a wonderful young man.
Well, he was awesome.
Yes. All of what was sung and dedicated during that time, ladies and gentlemen, this is where we are. We make no excuses about it.
Can I say one message? I know somebody said they got the message, but I want to tell them because they were like, well, why was Serena inside of this dancing, right? So the stage also being a person was part of a prison yard where his Black performers harmonized while he rapped. But protecting Black women like Serena Williams after the disrespect for Drake, that's what was important. So he did that in honor of Serena to respect her. And matter of fact, he is a married man. He is a married man, loves his wife and everything. So and the Squid Games, the stage was symbolizing like the Squid Game, and the Squid Game was about killing the poor. If anybody know about the Squid Game. So just in case somebody said they don't understand, I'm just giving you a little bit, but you can look this up yourself and find out why Samuel Jackson represented the house. You know what? He played in Django. Yeah. Yeah. So anyway, go look that up.
Django.
Just in case I didn't know, so I had to look a lot of this stuff up myself. But oh God, it is hilarious.
Everything had a mission and a purpose and a message behind it.
A message,
That's all it is. And if you don't know, people, find out and get educated. Let me tell you something. If we don't get educated, this is why we're going to be in this position we're in. Because people are not knowledgeable, and that Proverbs and all thy ways get understanding, because the people will perish if we do not get some understanding as what's going on. I heard a lady yesterday, and I was so taken aback. She was sitting in, I was in the restaurant, and she was talking to some people, and she was like, I don't even know who, and it's a Black lady, I don't even know who our vice president is. I don't even know his name. And I'm like to myself, are you kidding me?
Sad.
This is the ignorance that's being put out, ladies and gentlemen, that people may not really know. They're not tuned in, Charlene.
Because they're turning it off. They're only
focusing on the president, right?
They don't understand what's happening.
And so behind the door, there's always that smoking, okay, so we need to pay attention because there's a lot of stuff happening behind the scenes. There's the smoke screen, but then there's behind the scenes. That's where all this stuff, because that's where all of this came from behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Project 2025 behind the scenes.
Y'all keep praying, because
and remember the guy who said he knew nothing about it, right?
Lies.
He knew nothing about it, and
lies.
Anyway, we got to keep praying, and we got to keep our head up and keep positive energy in our homes, because we already know that we shall overcome someday. But we've already overcome. We know these tricks, and we must stay focused. We must stay focused, and we must be making our money undercover and funding those who do, or who are our mouthpiece, like our favorite
Exactly.
person. Miss Crockett, she's our favorite, one of our favorite people, right? Whoever the mouthpiece is for this season, pray for them. And you go make your money because you're going to be funding her, because that's similar to a Martin Luther King. Okay, she's
Exactly
to those people, and they need our
Dante,
support.
did you find it? Yes, no.
Yeah.
I want to see if he found it while we're still on this. But in the meantime, what's going on in our world, girls?
Let me give
Other
you
what
another
ear to the ground, listening. I'm just constantly listening, tuning in.
Peggy is always tuning in, getting our back, honey.
Yep. Are we gonna do Black History now?
Yeah, that's good. I mean, what's going on
Black
in your
History.
world, then?
Oh, well, look, I was just asking, are we going to do our Black History person?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
You want to do that right now?
Yeah. What's going on in our world? We could be that.
Oh, well, yeah, okay. What's going on in my world? so much stuff is going. So many things are going on. You know, my business. I got education. You know, I'm just, as a senior, I am just taking it all in. Every single day I'm doing something different. Of course, the sisters keep me busy, and I'm keeping myself busy. I'm reading. I'm doing a little bit of everything. So much that I can't even record. Okay.
Linda, how long has it been since you retired?
It's only been going on every 3 years in June.
Are you serious?
I'm newly retired.
3 years.
Yeah,
because yesterday.
I know it was right after COVID, because I was clamoring. I was supposed to have done it before COVID, and so I had to do it as soon as the offices opened up, and I did. As soon as the offices opened up, I ran in.
But aren't you happy you retired? You're not part of the government now.
Oh my God, I feel for my coworkers, and everyone else in the government, the federal coworkers.
Yeah.
Because
you would have been affected by this as well, right, Lynn? If you would have said it.
Yes, but no, because I was past time for retirement, so it didn't matter. I would have hurried up and left anyway. So yeah, I couldn't take it anymore. Anyway, I couldn't take it the year he came in the last term. Right. I know what we went through the last term in my office, so it's going to definitely, because I worked for international trade. So all of these tariffs that he's trying to change, they come across my desk. Okay. Wow. Never want to see all that again. And it's going to be far worse.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Wow.
What's going on in your world? Peg. Oh, Peg says she's keeping her ears to the
ground.
Yeah.
Well, I'm excited this weekend.
Yay! Why are you excited?
I need to put my hand on my mouth so I wouldn't say it. So.
Well, I will be receiving a Presidential Lifetime Achievement Award on tomorrow.
Yay! Yay!
For my clapper, like.
Where's the bell? We need the bell.
I know we need a bell.
Bells around.
Yes. Yay!
Thank you.
Congratulations.
I don't know how to act. I don't know how to.
Yeah, you should, but could you tell me the organization
grasp
it comes from? The organization.
Hold it and hub it.
It's huge that you're receiving the presidential award from. Can you tell them that? Like, that's huge.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's huge. I didn't know how to react, Charlene. What were you saying? I'm still.
Oh, I was saying the organization in which you're receiving this presidential honorary award is huge. It is a very well-known nonprofit, and they are doing the work out there in the community. But for them to acknowledge you, to say that you're doing the work, also that is significant. So I definitely want this audience.
Other people. Yeah, tomorrow there are other people in this area that will be receiving their doctorate as well, and so that's going to be all inclusive.
Oh, it's all together.
Wonderful.
But did you receive the presidential honor? Oh, girl, I'm proud. Like, this is serious.
What'd you say, Peggy?
I received mine's back in November at Dr. Sherwood. So we're now in the same club, right?
Yeah,
we're in the same club. Absolutely. I'm so thank you. Yes. So we're doing some great things. Some more things we're going to be announcing, ladies and gentlemen. Keep your ears and eyes open to what the 4 Sisters Live and Sister for Sisters Network will be doing. because there's a plan in place, and there's a blueprint that we must follow.
Yep.
And here we are. So I don't know if Dante, can you cue it up before we get into what Charlene, we will move forward. We just want to show this clip, because I think it's very important that we understand. We go back to Dr. Martin Luther King and the timelessness of what was going on. It still speaks to us today as to what he was saying. I think we can hear it, hopefully. Let's see if we can hear it.
About America. Yeah. I'm worried about our nation because it's sick with racism still. Just think about the fact that we live in a nation which was founded on the principle that all men are created equal. And yet men are still arguing over whether the color of a man's skin determines the content of his character. And I believe that the Lord told me to say to the United States of America that is sick with militarism and is sick with excessive materialism. Have you ever thought about it? There are between 38 and 50 million people in the United States of America who are poverty-stricken, making income less than the poverty level. And yet, this is the richest nation in the history of the world. Our national gross product this year will go beyond $800 billion. And yet, there are between 38 and 50 million people who are poverty-stricken. Now, something wrong. A lot of people are afraid to say it. But I don't mind saying it. You see, somebody said to me the other night, don't you think, Dr. King, you are going to have to start speaking more in terms of the administration's policy? Because since you started talking against the war in Vietnam, it's hurt the budget of your organization, and people who once respected you don't respect you anymore. And I had to look over and say, sir, I'm sorry, but you don't know me. I'm not a consensus leader.
That's right.
I don't determine what is right and wrong by looking at the budget of my organization. And I don't determine what is right and wrong by taking a Gallup poll of the majority opinion. So because there's something wrong, our struggle must continue. And what we must see is that our nation's summers of riots are caused by our nation's winters of delay.
This is a good. All right.
Yeah.
This is good enough.
This is what's going on still.
Thank you. That's it. How relevant is that to
Unbelievable
right now?
Nothing has changed.
We're still talking about the GDP. We're still talking about the economic, but we're at 800 billion now. We're almost, oh my God, 30 trillion or more. Well, I don't even know the deficit anymore. I stopped counting after they said trillion. But you know, this is just where we are. So,
and the budget came out yesterday. If the report came out, we got to get that and share it. But it's been shared. But when he just mentioned that 800 billion, that's the same number they're using to take money, $800 billion to put into our homeland security, education, and one other area that they want to strip us and take out monies from our Medicaid. The budget already talked about how much that's going to be, but all the money of $800 billion that they want to have to put into homeland security, our military, and other areas that they want to increase when they talk about that. But taking away education, taking away the Medicaid, taking our Social Security away, and taking away all these other meals and wheels, as we already know, that budget has already been determined for how much they want to take away. We got to get those numbers, because that's
all right. We got a lot of work to do. So guys, use critical thinking and question everything, included on both sides. Don't be afraid to challenge your loved ones, yourself, to just critically think and really get the information you need. We need to know 100% of the facts, because there's a lot going on. There's a whole lot going on. Peggy, can you please share with us some upcoming events before we bring on our next guest and introduce him?
Well, what we're going to do, I'm sorry, sweetheart. Let's do our Black History. One thing I know, Lynn, you
Black
had someone you
history.
wanted to, James West.
Yeah.
Yes, I want to for everyone to look up this week Mr. James E. West. He was the co-inventor of the electric microphone.
Oh, wow.
Yes, I thought this was very special because this was Renee's her tool, the microphone. So when you think of the microphone, also think of Mr. James E. West.
James.
And he's still alive. And he is over in John Hopkins at this time, still teaching.
He is?
Because yes, and he still has other inventions to tape the technology that goes into these things, like the tape recorder, the hearing aid, all of these type things he has over 250 patents.
Really?
Yes, in audio technology. So just when you put those headphones on, you think of Mr. James E. West, and please educate your kids. Make sure they go and check it out as well.
Wow.
But the real deal, Linda, guys, that we have invented so many things.
Everything that is used on a daily basis, we have invented or co-invented, invented.
Yeah,
so
definitely.
Yeah, we made life easy for a lot of people because we had to make it easy for ourselves. So we had to invent something to make it better. That was God's gift to us. We made it better for everybody because we made it better for ourselves. But we also we paid attention. Our people paid attention, and that's why they're such great inventors.
Oh, wow.
So did we do the birthdays now? Wonderful. Thanks, Lynn.
Okay.
We did do birthday. Yeah.
Who had a birthday? Who had a birthday? Who had a birthday?
Who had a birthday?
I love birthdays, so let me bring them up.
Okay.
Some beautiful sisters that we have in the organization who is celebrating birthdays in February. So let's see. Mary. Hi, Mary. My sister Marty. Hey, Marty. All these sisters are celebrating a birthday. Ruthie Lucas, Linda Marshall, Lauren Lassiter, and my favorite, Tia. Happy birthday, my sisters.
Happy birthday.
Yes, indeed. Beautiful sisters.
Yeah, I want to send a happy heavenly birthday to my brother. He was born on Valentine's Day.
On Valentine's Day?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, beautiful.
Charles, a.k.a. Terry, we miss you. But yeah,
wow.
We on Valentine's
There
Day.
we go.
So anybody have a birthday, please shout it out in the chat that we can say happy birthday to.
Beautiful.
Absolutely.
Don't see him.
Then we got some what's going on in the community page. We got some hot picks.
Yeah, let me share this. The Open My Heart Foundation is celebrating their 10th anniversary with a gala coming up on February the 22nd. And do you know Ebony McMorris?
I don't know her.
Oh, she is a White House correspondent, and she's a very good friend of the organization. She is going to be the mistress of ceremony.
Oh, okay.
This is the other part of the celebration. We're going to be honoring, total of 10, including Jermaine Lethbridge. Y'all guys know who Jermaine is, right?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. She's going to be celebrating, and also Dr. Renee Allen. They're going to honor Renee as well. So this is going to be very, very sweet and very personable to all of us. We have another event coming up that I am so proud that we have 4 of our sisters being honored. My sister Connie Bell. Who else? Denise Petway, Dr. Lori Dorsey, and our favorite of all is Dr. Linda Power. So this is going to be really, really nice. This is scheduled for Saturday, March the 29th. So we're really excited about this.
That would be nice, and at the time that we can continue to honor all the sisters in March, and some things that'll be happening even in March, that we can have some of those sisters on. Of course, we'll have Linda on, and hopefully we definitely will have Dr. Tashika on.
Yes,
so she will be able to speak about the post event of it, and have some of her ladies to feature and highlight them, about that. Yeah.
Can I have one more event for this weekend? Our very own friend Deb Moss. Don't forget her 7th annual Black History Month program, which will be Monday, February the 17th, and it's from 2 to 4 at the Dr. Martin Luther King Library. And we want you to bring items. Her organization provides items for our college students who have needs. They need deodorant, they need toothpaste, they need some of all things that they run out of. So we ask you to bring a product to the Martin Luther King Library at 2:00 for the Black History Month program. And you have various speakers, and it's going to be a wonderful event. You have your Quincy, you have awards that will be given: the Quincy Jones Award, the Impact Award, the Dr. Dorothy Height Award, the Dr. Martin Luther King Award. So you're going to see some upward mobile students who are trying to do it, trying to make history as well. So please come out and support them. It is only a $10 fee if you don't bring anything. But if you bring something, it's free. Just bring an item.
Just bring an item, girl.
I got tons of stuff. Enjoy the program. And this too, last year, our very own Renee was the MC. So she probably was supposed to be the MC this year as well. So, all things come back to Renee sometimes.
Every time.
She was everywhere.
Yeah, she was a people's MC, and she was
a people's MC. Yes.
And she wore it well, I tell you.
Yes, she did.
Even with those high heels, she wore it.
Woo, Lord, with those high heels. Look, I was trying to wear high heels yesterday. I'm like, oh, is that my knee? I love my knees, and I know so many of our sisters were like, I gotta have knee surgery. I'm like, listen, I will get me some cushion Dr. Clark high heels. I'll be good. We're not doing that. Beautiful. If you can do it, I'd love to see you do it.
I tell you.
Yes. So cool. That's all that's going on with our neighborhood. So listen, I think we should talk about a couple of things. Jim Coleman was going to come on with us, and he's going to share with us just some legacy notes. And I probably want to deem this part of our show about creating those legacy notes. Like, what is it that your parents, your grandparents have done that you yourself have not acknowledged yet? And one of the things that his family did was they started a farm. They bought this farm, and we'll be able to share that story soon. But buying a farm in the late 1800s, maybe top of 1900s, was not normal, right? Like for some of our ancestors, but for that to happen and then keep it to this day, the 21st century, and then name that farm after your family, like that's so huge. And when I'm talking about his farm, I think he said it's almost, how many acres? I want to say it's well over 500 acres, but it's huge. And he said 1 million at one time, but it had to be chopped off because some of the people stole some of the farmland from them. So that's why it dwindled down to maybe 500 acres. But we want to think about that. How do we save our own land, our own property? How do we keep our intellectual properties within our family, within ourselves over the years? And then what are we doing right now to preserve ourselves when it comes to economic cash? Do we have a way to create food for ourselves?
Yes.
Do we have a way to share with our kids? How do we communicate with them? Like walkie-talkies. I'm now seeing these walkie-talkies that if I was in California and my son was in DC, I could still communicate with him if the lights go out. That's another conversation that we're now having. We watch what happens in the economy. Yeah. Did you know about that? You haven't seen it? Oh my God.
No, I have not.
Okay, so cool. So this is what I'll be doing all year long. I'm gonna bring you guys cool tools to show you if the grid goes out, there's some stuff that we can be using that does not require a cell phone.
Okay.
Okay.
Right?
Really?
We need that.
Right. And there is food that we can eat, right? That we can be packing up and it lasts as long as 10 years, that we can be stored in our garage or inside of our house. And never
I have some.
Until that happens. You have some of that?
Yeah, I went to, if you go to REI, you know, where they camp stuff, the camping gear and all of that. Yeah,
Yes.
I bought some when I was going to Africa and I took it with me just in case because it was flat. But I looked at the shelf life is for about maybe 5 years. I said, what? And yeah, I have some.
That's a lot. Like, because I already know what I want. Like, I love me some tuna. I'm not a big chicken girl, but I do love tuna, but I'll eat the chicken. But give me tuna. I'm old fashioned. Give me some mustard and tuna. And I don't do sardines.
I love sardines. I love sardines. Yes.
I like sardines too.
They're wild caught.
Oh my God. So those of you like Spam, you can pack up on Spam.
It's been a minute on Spam, but I used to like it. So I probably, if I ever have any, I'll eat it. That's all we have.
Absolutely. But I wanted to share a little bit about, I don't know if Dante has the video that
the video of the farm.
Yeah, of his farm.
What a beautiful presentation. My goodness.
Yeah, this is a beautiful stuff that I want to share with you, that this young man is doing what I definitely desire to do, you know, for my children. And, you know, I know my great aunt left land for us in South Carolina. But right now, this is something that he is actually living out right now on his parents' farm. So we're going to show you, introducing Jim.
Charlene, where is he located?
Kentucky. He's in Kentucky.
Yeah, he was living here for a long time, but he moved to Kentucky. Okay. Watch this.
Well, Coleman Crest Farm started in 1888, March 27, 1888, when my great-grandfather, James Coleman, decided to seize the moment. He purchased the farm that he had tilled as a slave, and he purchased that farm for $1,200. And the day he did that, it transformed the lives of over 300 of his descendants over the next 130 years, including my own. You know, I've been away for 42 years, came back home after the death of my wife, Kathy. She helped me, quite frankly, to save the farm. She said, we can't sell the farm. Mr. Coleman would turn in his grave if we decided to sell the farm. And Kathy worked with me to be able to buy the farm. We held it for about 20 years. And I just recently I've had it renovated to where we are going to now turn it back into an operating farm and to really provide to the community everything that I had when I was growing up, which was the ability to learn how to seize the moment, critical thinking, how to capitalize on the moment, how to reduce cost, how to improve productivity, and how to use the farm as a way to be able to generate wealth and prosperity and success. It's kind of like I feel some days like a salmon going back upstream. I've had a great life, and now I'm just swimming back upstream to where I was hatched. And it's just given me so much of a lift to be around Kathy's spirit and my ancestor spirit every day. And it's also given me a great deal of enthusiasm for life and being able to really inspire young people so that whether or not they decide to go into farming or not, they are understanding of business, that you make decisions and you stick with those decisions. You're accountable for those decisions. And that's what my father taught me at an early age. And that's what I want to transfer that knowledge to young people so that they can do it, whether if they buy their own farm or if they go to work for someone. Either way, they're going to have to think like an entrepreneur. They're going to know that if you stay focused and put a laser focus on life and realize that life is precious and you've got limited days, they're going to walk out of there knowing that they can seize the moment and get anything they want out of this 27,000 days. And that's what my brothers and sisters are all about. And that's what my whole family's all about. And all of my cousins and relatives, because of this one man named James Coleman. To be able to be a slave with no rights, get your freedom, and then to find a way with no commercial access to funding to be able to buy the farm that you had tilled as a slave, I have no excuses. And I'm going to make sure that these young people in Lexington, when they come to Coleman Crest, they're going to leave and they're going to say, Dad, I'm not a kid anymore. I have no excuses. I'm responsible for my life. I've got to get it together. I've got to seize the moment like Mr. Coleman, like it's great for him. Man, you all are giving me therapy today.
Wow, that's powerful.
Woo!
Yes, it is.
Oh my God.
So educational, Charlene.
That is so educational, and I do wish you could be here. But again, that farm is in Kentucky, and it is named after their family, the Coleman Crest Farm. And I'm telling you, this guy is stellar. He has been here in the DMV, and again, he moved back to Kentucky where the family farm was, and he has always delivered, stellar results for over 37 years from the farm to Wall Street. So he's been with companies like Coca-Cola, Oscar Myers, Pepsi Cola, Alta Corporation, American Express, so many different endeavors. And he was actually right here, Peggy.
Right. He was with the Prince George's Economic Development. And guess what? On the break, when we were setting up everything, he brought up a picture of us when Dr. Frazier came in town. Yeah. And who was in the picture?
Renee
you,
was in the picture, me,
Renee,
Dr.
Jennifer Jones.
Yeah.
I was blown away. I said, oh my goodness.
Yeah.
So you never know where you're going to be. You always got to be, oh my God, there it is.
There it is.
That's
Look at this. Isn't it something?
Us. Oh, look, there's Crystal.
And he said the lessons on generational wealth from the 4 Sisters of Coleman Crest Farm in honor of Dr. Renee Allen. Here we go.
Yay.
Isn't that something?
Oh
my goodness.
Powerful.
And you know what? Another thing is, and I have that picture too, Peggy. But another thing is, guys, this is why Sisters Network. We're always saying, Madam President, Peggy's always saying, be in the room.
Okay.
Because that picture is an example of us always showing up and being in the room. And I'm telling you, my life was super busy. I met Jim when I just come back from United Arab Emirates, and he invited me to go to the trip with them in China. Remember, they were going to head to China? Yeah. Angela Ossenberg and all that. And I was like, oh my God. He barely even knew me, but he was like, okay, well, you already been there. Let's do some more stuff. Just his energy, his love to empowering us as women.
Yes.
Seeing beyond what we could see in ourselves. Like, if you have a skill, if you have a gift, your gifts will make room for you, and others will see it.
Every time.
People like Jim Coleman, he can see a gift in you. He's like, let's go. Let's do this. Let's make it happen. I'm so appreciative of his honoring us.
Me too.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
He did speak about how back at the time when I think it was his mother, and correct me, Peggy, that he talked about how his mother had a group of women.
Sure did.
What we're doing now,
doing is what they did back then.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And I want to say this, Jim invited us to come to I had already planned to go to the farm.
Oh, we're going to the farm.
We're going to the farm.
Road trip.
Road trip, honey. We're all the sisters. Let's get on the bus or the plane or something.
Whatever.
I think he said it's going to be in June.
He has this big culinary festival, June. Oh, no, what's the date? Yeah, it's in June.
Well, we can go anytime. Let's just be clear.
Can't hear you, Peggy.
Anytime.
But I want to go to that because that's where all the food's going to be.
Yeah, he said it's a soul food environment.
I've seen it. It's
be ready.
All organic food.
Yeah, it's on the 19th of June.
19th of June.
It starts on the 19th of June, and I've seen it on social media. They've advertised this.
Really?
I saw it last year, and so I know exactly food. I mean, it's they're talking about all our special foods. Culinary. It's a culinary event. And I love culinary events. So yeah, we gotta go, y'all.
We got it. It's on
We
our
gotta
list.
go support our
going.
brother.
And it's outside, it's all over, it's all on the farm. It's I can't wait.
Oh wow.
It's one of those
Yeah, so
places,
many
Black
stories to
history
tell.
places to be. Yes.
Yeah, sisters
Yeah.
on the move for certain.
Yes,
Definitely.
Marion.
You know, I
And
think
you all
it's so
can go with us
powerful.
too.
Oh, we're gonna take anybody who wants to go. Come on,
Anybody
we're
wants
gonna
to go.
package
You know
this
we
thing
want.
up
You
and
know how we
go.
travel.
I have not been to Kentucky in a long time, so yeah.
Me either. It's been years since I've been to Kentucky as well. So I'd love to go.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Well,
let's make it
speaking of
happen.
Kentucky, let's talk about some stories that possibly that you can remember where organizations were being started during a depression or during a time such as now. I mean, I know that we had the National Negro League of Colored Women, they call it that. That was created similar to what Mr. Coleman's mom had created for her ladies. Black women came together and they said, we're going to put something together because they don't want us in here. They don't want us in their schools. They don't want us in their banks, right? This week I learned about there was a pretty much not like a Black White House, but there was a Black Congress outside of Congress. Did you hear about this? And they were very instrumental in influencing Roosevelt and some decisions, because they told him that, hey, we're not going to have your kids in our school. We're not going to go with we're going to create our own Jim Crow laws. But furthermore, we don't want your children in the schools. And so the Black women were like, we're not having it. So that's not happening. We'll homeschool our own kids. We got this. So the same things that are happening, they came together and they said, we don't have to use your money. We'll come together and build our own money, right? We'll build our own communities. So Oklahoma was just one example of Black Wall Street, but there was several Black Wall Streets. I think one of the people they named was
one in the South. Yes.
Mary Bethune-Cookman. She was very instrumental in having a conversation with a president almost similar to what Donald Trump is being right now. Him actually meeting with her and saying, listen, we'll work this out. We'll come to a middle road and this is what we will do. This is what we need to prepare ourselves for. You know, be okay. We're going to having that conversation with somebody on the right side. Right? Be okay with knowing that we are doing this because we have to save our community. Be okay with setting aside emotions and telling ourselves, I don't want nothing to do with it. Well, someone's going to have something to do with them, and someone's going to have to meet in the middle to save our future. That's what I believe. But
yeah, that's definitely what's going on, and has been going on for some time now, Charlene. I don't know where and who, first of all, going to be the person. And I believe, let me just take this back. I believe there are things happening, and we talked about it, Lynn, behind the scenes. We cannot give up. We got to continue to stay in the race, guys, because this is going to be a way that God is going to show us what this is all about. And what's going on and how this is going to unfold.
Oh, he's showing us now.
I found it. I found the history.
You found it?
Oh, right.
Yes. Okay. Mary McLeod Bethune. This is her. I didn't know she lived in 1955. Okay, 1875. So she was an educator and a leader in the National Council of Negro Women, NCNW, and she was
Mary McLeod Bethune.
Yes. Mary McLeod Bethune. Yes.
Right.
And she was a key figure in expanding opportunities for Black women in politics and public life. But one of my key points here was she was a member of the Black Cabinet, a group of Black advisors to the Roosevelt administration.
Wow.
I will repeat this again. She was a member of the Black Cabinet. They formed their own cabinet because it wouldn't allow us in, right? So she formed this advisory. And he accepted. He said, I'll meet with you. Guys, look up that history. Do your own due diligence and see that we got to prepare. Because some of us got the skills, we got the smarts, we got the know-how, and we're going to be invited back to that White House, whether you want to or not. And you're going to do it for the people, just like she did it for the people.
What you got back there, Lynn?
Come on, Linda.
That's it.
That's it right there.
Talk about Black Power. Black Power.
Go ahead, Linda. Go
Yes,
ahead,
I have her on my mantle. Yes.
Yes.
Wow.
Something.
That's one of my sheroes. Her, Rosa Parks, Dorothy Height.
Yes.
The
Is she
women
still
were
in the
doing the
Lincoln
dog
Park?
thing.
But let me tell you something, guys. Let me share something as we talk about Dr. Dorothy Heights.
Mm-hmm.
Lakey and I had a chance to photograph her funeral.
Wow.
Unbelievable. I sit back and think about the things that we have tapped in over the years. It blows my mind. I would never have thought about being in that space. You understand what I'm talking about?
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
That's legacy building. That's
Yes.
a conversation to always have.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just taken back when we talk about things like that. These people that have impacted our lives, we have no choice but to continue doing what we're doing, and it's just using this platform right here.
Right.
Yeah.
If it only takes the four of us to do it, we will
Yeah.
continually do this.
Yes.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You know, our guest just said something powerful. Khadijah James, thank you for sharing. She said she just learned that the St. Luke Penny Bank was started by a Black woman, Maggie L. Walker.
Maggie Walker.
Isn't that
Oh,
cool?
I've heard of that.
Look at
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. As a matter of fact, there's a school named after her in Northwest Washington.
Really?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yes.
Wow.
I went to
That
school
gives us
across the
hope.
street from it.
She had
Yeah.
to share. Linda, you had something to share too?
Oh, well, I shared that.
Oh, you shared that.
I
Oh,
do have one other thing. Well, I was at Madam Dorothy Heights' 88th birthday, and I have a picture, but I have to run all the way upstairs to get that one. So
I got one too,
I have
Linda.
a picture. I have a picture with her, yes,
What a
that I treasure as
blessing.
well. So yes.
Yeah.
I remember working at the National Urban League, and it was in Pittsburgh, and she did a book signing.
Yeah.
And I tell you, she was so grand, just
Yes.
classy
Very.
woman.
Very. I mean,
Yes,
women,
and don't mention the hats, because
the
at my
hats.
church when we would, she
Yes.
came to one of our teas,
Yes.
and oh my God, and she, of course, we had hats at the teas, and her hat was fabulous.
Yes,
And,
we had the Black
the
Family
color.
Reunion every year
Yeah.
down on the mall, and I'll throw in my little piece that I have, which is little but still big to me. That she would call me a couple of occasions to open up with Lift Every Voice and Sing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
And she would say, Wyoming, I need you to sing. I said, Wyoming, I need you to sing. Lift Every Voice and Sing.
I
Because she
love
lived
it.
right down in Southwest and 7th Street in the building, an apartment right there, in condo, if you will. And my best girlfriend lived under her, and they were best friends. They were like this. So the inroads to how I was able to, connect with her and meet her and sit down and talk with her, I'll never forget that. I definitely will continue to hold that in my heart. And also, as well as we were Shell Rise.
Maya Angela.
Her. She also was a part of my life, that she spoke into my life.
Yes.
So there are things, guys, that we have history, that we're not just sitting on this platform just because we just Johnny come latelys. We've been doing this in the trenches for some
years.
time.
For years.
For some
Yes.
time, ladies and gentlemen.
Exactly. So these women
And we
have
need to
touched our
share it
lives.
with our children and our grandchildren.
And they have to
These
know
are the
this.
things we need to share, to let them know that we have been a part of history with our historians. With our historians.
With
Yes.
our historians,
who
I
are
keep
now
telling you.
our ancestors. Yes.
I keep telling people, don't take it lightly when the people that are alive are here. Go be around them. I was with
Yes.
Diana while I
Go
was in
and see
college
them.
and got invited to her home while I was in college, and she was still a mentor. She was at Wake Forest. I lived in North Carolina, guys. She was at Wake Forest University as an adjunct professor, and she would take us young women and Black women and men and bring us to her house, and we had some lessons to learn. And I'm telling you, that woman is so powerful, so humble. Like, you would think you were just her niece, right? And I was like in awe because I was like, let me just calm down because I'm a 20-some-year-old young lady and I had no clue the power of who this woman really was. Like she was an author, you know what I'm saying? Can you imagine? And then you all of a sudden years later, you're like, that's Oprah's friend? Really? Like she's singing for, she's speaking for Bill Clinton. You just don't know.
Who you going?
Tell every woman and man, please connect with these people that are out there. You don't have to be starstruck by them, but understand their mission, understand why they're doing
support
this.
Them.
Support them. Send them money. I don't care. Be like, they already got money. No, they don't. They run out. Martin Luther King ran out so many times. Harry Belafonte and others were funding him to help him move the cause along. They're not just doing this. So many things. So again, shout out to the women that are helping us remember. The reason I brought this up is so that we can remember that we are them now. And that God is going to be calling us to do some of those amazing things.
We're doing it now. We're doing it now.
Yeah, we're already doing it. So
where our producer said it's at time, y'all. So it's that time.
We just came on.
No,
right? And how time flies when you're having great
when you're having fun.
But Charlene, this has been so wonderful.
Thank you, Charlene. Yes,
being educated and bringing on people that's going to help us to continue to be knowledgeable as to what we need to grow. This is all about us to grow.
To remind us,
So next week will be our Entrepreneur Week, and that will be Peggy, headed up by Peggy. Peggy, who you got coming on?
I am working on a young lady that lives here in Prince George's County who has, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, 7 McDonald's. So I want to talk about franchise.
Okay.
And McDonald's is part of a franchise.
Okay.
And I remember we had a conversation and I'm just waiting for her to respond back to us.
Okay.
Her daughter is going to be part of that legacy as well. So we're going to talk about legacy building.
Okay, great. Sounds good to me. Well, it's been a great time. So what time is it, ladies?
Well,
it's time for you to walk in your purpose and prosperity. Thank you all for joining us. We love you. Thanks for watching.
Bye-bye.
We're out. Bye-bye.